Hello and welcome back to Ramble Road. I am Jacob, and I'm joined as always by my co-hosts Joe
Hey.
and Finley.
Hi.
I'm back by popular demand, and by popular demand I mean the one person who voted on the poll on our Twitter at road_ramble. Thank you, Sophia. We're joined again by Paul.
Hello.
Hello. So how is everyone this week?
Before we start, can we plug the YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. I think it's
Go YouTube our subscribe channel.
Yeah, go subscribe to Ramble Road podcast on YouTube. Obviously, we'll have the full episodes up and the highlights. Thank you to Big Paul.
Yeah, thank you, Paul, for
Big up.
He did put in a shift the other day, uploading editing all 6 episodes to go on YouTube.
Damn.
Literally.
But it was because he didn't want the day one day and then he did the other 6 the day after.
Jesus. Paul,
Yeah.
we salute you. So what are our topics for this week? What are we going to be talking about?
With my interesting experience this week. I was, just sitting at home, doing uni work, enjoying the lockdown life. And my brother gets sent home from school because he's got a cough, so I had to go take him to be tested for the coronavirus.
Mood.
But it was basically
Nice.
we sort of drive to the centre, right? And my mum had booked him the appointment, but she hadn't sent over the QR code for the person to scan it. So he's like, "Oh, can you show me the QR code, please, so I can scan it?" Bear in mind, the 2 people at the entrance weren't wearing masks, which I thought was sort of a bit stupid since they're at the testing centre. So
were they wearing the face shields though?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's.
They weren't wearing anything.
They're at the testing centre. Rona's not going to go there. We're getting tested.
They managed to scan my driver's license. No, my number plate. Because obviously, when you do, you have to register the number plate when you book it.
Yeah.
So then they let us go through, and then you get split off into 2 sort of different pathways you can go around. So the first one was if you're doing the test yourself, or if you're getting someone to do it for you. So, and then you get split to that, and then you have to go, and then it's it splits again into, you can move into this one bit or the other bit, just so they can get quite a lot of people done. There was about 6 cars there when we went. So you go over to this first bit, and basically someone comes out who's wearing gloves and a mask, so at least they've got it sorted over there, and they hold up this little piece of paper that has a number you have to ring. So you ring them, they pick up, so they speak to you over the phone, even though she's standing right outside the car. So then they basically, just to be able to keep the distance even better, because you've got to imagine a lot of the people there could have it or they could not. So it's pretty, makes sense. Then they basically, you wind down the window a little bit, they chuck the kit in, you put it back up, and they basically explain what to do. You go, and these other people show you which bay to park in. You park in the bay. My brother does the test, we put it in the bag, and then you go over, then it splits off again into 2. So there's always 2 stations. So there's 2 stations where they tell you what to do. Obviously you park up, and then there's 2 drop-off points just for the people doing it themselves. Obviously the people who haven't helped, there's 2 there. So we go over, you have to ring them again at the drop-off point so they can check that you've done everything properly. And then you just drop it into a little tray. And that was it. Was it done? And then 2 days later, it came back negative. So that was good.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So basically, you did some things, and then you did the thing, then your brother did the thing, and then they did the thing, and then the thing was done, and it came back negative.
Yeah.
You failed your coronavirus test.
Yeah,
honestly, you should have revised harder.
And it was going around a little racetrack, because there's cones everywhere. So you have to turn around everywhere and go down little bits. we have to
Just
go really slow.
drift
So it wasn't
into
as
the
fun.
testing
Yeah,
centre.
yeah.
Do you
So
guys
that's
remember
what
when
I got
we?
to spend my Monday doing.
Do you guys remember when we did a speed run for like an actual like GCSE?
A what?
We did an actual speed run of a GCSE.
Oh,
Oh, what the
oh,
business
that was the
GCSE?
economics one, wasn't it?
Yeah, imagine if we
Because it
did
was
that.
like we were given the test was like 45 minutes long for a multiple choice paper. Like I think didn't we all agree like we would cough 3 times as soon as we were done.
Imagine
It's
imagine
like
doing that in
8
2020.
minutes, 8 minutes in, and like people already going. I think I got mine done in like 10 to 15 minutes. It was so easy. It's like ridiculous. But then like 1 or 2 people that took the whole 45 minutes.
On
I
a
mean,
multiple choice test.
what else are
Yeah.
you supposed to do? You just like you do it and then you just sit there for like 30 minutes.
So boring. Like wait. Like I remember when we did GCSEs and like you would finish a test early. I don't think I ever finished like an A level test early.
Mm.
Um,
I sometimes finish with
especially
like a
not
few
in, like,
minutes to
history.
spare. Not history. I never.
History of the exams was like
Yeah.
that 2.5 hour Russia exam.
Jesus, yeah.
oh,
That was
for me, that was
painful.
like basically a 3-hour exam.
Oh, that's because you got to go to the
Oh.
Chromodome.
Yeah, the Chromodome. I gave it that name. That's like I'm allowed to call it that. I have the
Should we
Downy
explain
card.
what the Chromodome is?
I mean, we could, or
vegetable
we could
garden.
just find out. Yeah, the
But do we get-
greenhouse.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's basically where
We'll get cancelled for
Yeah.
this.
the
We're not
less,
going to get cancelled.
No,
No
the
one
less
knows us
able
well
kids
enough for us
went,
to be cancelled.
But Finley was part of the less able kids that needed a computer, so it's all right.
Yeah, and now I can barely see. I'm wearing glasses to like look
Yeah,
at my
you
monitor.
just randomly text me the other day saying, "I'm blind. I need glasses."
I mean, like, just think of the vibe though. Like, at the minute, I'm going to get like an eye test to find out. Like, please give me actual glasses to get rid of my headaches. And then in a couple of months, there's a chance I might have an eye removed. At which point, I'm going to wind up with a monocle. So I'm going to be the poshest pirate on the planet.
Do you want to explain why you might be having your eye removed?
Dad had cancerous mole. Sister had cancerous mole. I have mole in the back of my eye. It has now been almost 18 months waiting to find out.
I remember how angry you were when it got cancelled because of COVID.
Yeah, literally 3 days. After waiting 8 months to get that appointment, 3 days before it, they cancelled it. And this was like when
Nice.
COVID was like not even bad.
Well,
Was it
you
just
say not
because it
even
didn't?
bad.
It's imagine if like they could have just done it. Like
No, genuinely, it's like a 2-minute appointment. They need to take a picture and that's it.
Oh, I've had that done before. It's
Like,
go to Specsavers and they're like, "Yep, we need to take a picture of your eye."
yeah, basically it's
oh.
what they do, but on like a more powerful bit of kit.
have you ever had it? Because I had this for the first time. The last time I went to the opticians, we got sent up to this room upstairs where basically we had to like put our head in this machine and like press the button every time like we saw a black square appear. That's
Yeah,
like a little
it's
game.
it like checks your peripheral vision, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like the first time I've ever done it.
Also,
Yeah,
why can we hear Max, Finley?
Oh, it's because if something drives past or like pulls up on the drive or like breathes or like a light switch is flipped, he starts barking. It's his job.
Fair enough.
Now, I might be the only one, but who else finds the opticians like enjoyable?
Me,
Never been to the opticians.
Joe, you're straight up
Wait, Joe,
going to like
did you just say
die.
you've never been?
You're meant to go like every 2 years.
How have you
Aye?
never been?
I just never have.
You're
That's
supposed
weird.
to go.
You're supposed to go.
I didn't.
Oh, I'm
I-
gonna Google it.
Next thing you're gonna tell us you've
No, it
never
is
been to the
every 2
dentist.
years.
Of course, I've been to the fucking dentist. I had braces. How would I have braces if I'd never went to the dentist?
Could you imagine if Joe's actually just blind and he just never knows?
Ah, yes, that's why I
No.
can perfectly read things.
No, it was just luck. Oh.
Oh god.
I'm gonna
Yeah, the
quickly
opticians is
dip.
actually
I'll be
so
back.
much fun. Like, there's something weirdly enjoyable about it.
You're basically just supposed to sit there and read stuff.
Yeah, but then when they're
As far
putting
as
like
I'm
the different glasses on and they're going 1 or 2. Yeah, it's every 2 years you should be going, Joe.
Yeah, well, you see, I just
Maybe you need to
haven't.
start going. You're missing out.
Maybe.
I wonder where Finley's gone. This is how unprofessional he is. He just leaves the podcast.
When I went
Can't
to
believe
the
it.
when I went to the optometrist or whatever, they were like checking my eyes out. I'd had like this weird thing that like checks the pressure of your eye, and like I started freaking out because like I don't really like having anything poking at my eyeballs,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
and they were like, "Yeah, your pressure's a little too high, so can we redo the test and make sure you're not like got some disease or whatever?" I'm like, "Okay," so I'm just like trying to relax. And it was just terrifying. So they redid it, and it was fine.
I remember when I went last, and even the time before, when do you know how they have the thing so they can look in like the back of your eye? My brother was having his done, and the optician just went to me, "Oh, come and have a look if you want." It's got to
Oh,
look down
no.
inside. Quite interesting, actually. And then like she takes the pictures and put them on the screen. She's like, "Yeah, here's your eyes." And yeah, but I remember when I was like younger, they were like, "Oh, your vision's so great. You could be like a jet pilot." And then
2020 vision.
yeah, and then I went like the other time. They're like, maybe not anymore. My eyesight's just deteriorating.
It's weird how like I'm the only person in my family that doesn't wear glasses.
Yeah, both my parents
Yeah.
have glasses, but they started needing them like in their. I don't know when they started needing them.
In the
But, yeah.
60s. Jokes.
No.
Jokes. Where's Finn? Oh, is he back?
I'm back. Yeah, I had to go do some stuff.
Oh. Care to elaborate?
Shopping. Game. I just got my parents to buy me 3 bottles of like off-brand orange and Coke. And then I ran up the stairs. And now I'm out of breath.
Finley went to go get milk, but thankfully he came back.
Yeah.
You've just reminded me of our shopping experience. A lot of people from the household that I'm in ordered a load of stuff, and one guy ordered about 70 or 80 quid's worth of booze, and then everyone else was mostly either made up of booze or with little bits of food, or just food, but it was mostly booze. It was,
Okay.
Hey, I'm not the alky. Yet.
You were like messaging the group chat the other night.
Yeah,
Drunk
that's
me.
why I don't drink.
I am not responsible for the actions of drunk me.
To be fair,
Yes, you are, because
that's
it's
like
you.
That's not going to hold up in court.
I don't speak for drunk Joe.
I'm just like trying to scroll through the group chat to find it, and I just come across the part where our friend talks about his dreams.
Oh, oh
should
god,
we
his
read-
dreams
should we
are
read
so
them out?
fucking weird. Oh, we.
All right, okay, I got this one.
I think we
from,
can.
the night of the 28th to the 29th of February 2020. It says, dreamt about the coronavirus. The dream took place in the future, where the coronavirus has ravaged mankind. Me and the lads walked in a building. I attempt to find an exit by crawling out a bathroom window. Turns out there was a perfectly good door.
Last
Like-
week, mate.
What would we
That pretty
rank-
much sums him up as a person as well.
What would we rank that out of 10 as a dream?
9. I vibe with that.
I was going to say it's a solid. It starts off as a solid 6, but then the twist at the end, I think, bumps it up to like a 8.
I'd go 5 out of 10. Meh.
Corvin?
Joe's probably not.
Cool.
I don't know. Just
What do you mean? You got to give it a
You
score.
need to know. You need to rate this. We've all rated it, Porvin. You need to rate.
I give it a number out of 10.
Okay, there we go. That
I'll
Rate
tell you
it
what
a
I-
number.
I'll tell you what I do enjoy watching is this series called Man vs. Animal, where these two men just find animals and get stung or bitten or they find like scorpions, wasps.
Is
They had a
this
snake.
guy's name Coyote Peterson or whatever his name is?
Oh, I've
like,
got
no.
No, it's
just
not.
it's just
This is someone different. These are like two people, so and they're just doing it just to make their own pain index.
They're replacing the Schmidt pain index with the Bro pain index.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for the next dream?
Yeah, go on.
This is on the 27th to the 28th of February 2020. Went to a big shop, warehouse size, and was queuing to buy some beer. He spelt buy wrong.
Yes,
Put
he.
BYE.
Yeah, he's just woken up at that point when he's written it down,
Yeah.
so he's not exactly the most coherent person in the first place.
Everyone in the queue was rude and kept pushing in. Realised I forgot my wallet, so I went home. Was walking along the outside wall of the shop. Next to it was a football field. The ball rolled under the net and I kicked it back in. Everyone cheered. Then it rolled under again. I kicked it and it somehow went back into the shop. Everyone was silent, was dead awkward. And then it sort of takes a turn because it says here, escaped Auschwitz. I can't pronounce it properly.
Auschwitz.
Auschwitz. I can't speak.
Auschwitz.
By going into the back garden of a house. One of their guards and his family lived there. I climbed over a fence and I was free. I crawled through the bushes with my wife and 3 kids. We made it to a snowy area, then I woke up. That is amazing.
Yeah,
That
is...
reminds me of my favourite SpongeBob quote. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
you guys listen to German SpongeBob.
German SpongeBob.
He's so aggressive.
know.
And I know Japanese SpongeBob is bloody SpongeBob.
So what are we rating that dream? Because I'm giving it a solid 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Like,
10.
it is
That
just amazing.
tonal, like, back, like, what's the word? Whiplash, there we
like
go.
the shift. It's just so
Yeah.
It's so...
Yeah, it is definitely a 9 or a 10.
I've got a story that kind of sounds like a dream, but actually happened.
Is this about the noodles?
Yes.
All right, set the scene. Where were you?
So basically, this was around about, I think, 3 years ago. We were doing DofE, which, if you don't know, is where you do a bunch of tasks, and then at the end you can do an expedition where you just
You get thrown out into the wilderness where you live with a bunch of people for a few days and then make it.
You just sort of walk around all day. And that's it.
Essentially, just walk around aimlessly. So basically, we had to make our own food, but because we're all just inept as hell and we don't know how to cook, we thought, you know what? Let's bring noodles, the thing that literally everyone in the world can cook, right? Okay, no problem. So I'm just there, like, just setting everything up, and I asked my friend to look after the noodles, and I went to go do something with the tent or whatever, and I come back, and he's just there, just sitting idly, just doing nothing, and not like taking care of the noodles. And like it turned out that like the flame wasn't even on to begin with, so we just had like just uncooked noodles in some water. So yeah, so there's that, and then we actually started cooking it, and then I don't know if I either left or I was there. My memory's kind of hazy, but so what happened was we somehow managed to end up burning the noodles somehow. I don't know how we did it. It's just like it's just stuck to the bottom of the container, and it's
that's
like,
because you need to keep stirring them.
Well, no, Joe, you burnt sauce before.
Yes, I burnt a sauce. Yes,
that's like a thing. Though.
Yeah.
Although most of the time it's more like if you're making like a bechamel, you don't like temper the eggs properly, so you end up with like scrambled egg and milk.
Have you seen that picture where it's like the Halloween thing, and it says like, "Oh, take as much as you want," and instead of just like
it's just
a bowl of scrambled eggs.
Oh yeah, it's just no. The like caption, like the thing on it's like a nice warm bowl of scrambled eggs.
There's another one where it's just like a bag of just Sprite. It's just like a Ziploc bag just full of Sprite.
I watched the new Adam Sandler Halloween film.
Why?
It's because I'm a big Adam Sandler fan, as you may not know, but I'm trying to get him on the pod. I might have to message him again. He might not have got
in
my
your
first
dreams,
message.
maybe.
I mean, that one person that voted on the poll is also a big Adam Sandler fan as well. So which one of you is the bigger one? That's the question.
Well, she is physically taller than me, but most people are. But you know, I've been raised to be a big Adam Sandler fan. My dad likes Adam Sandler. My mom hates Adam Sandler. But yeah, I for the new movie, I'm a bit of a retard, so I don't really understand what a good film is. Like I haven't
Yeah,
seen
that's true.
I haven't seen like all the films that people say are really good, like Fight Club, Citizen
Bruh.
Kane. I haven't
Bruh.
seen like Inception. I haven't watched like
Bruh.
anything like that. But I have watched the new
Cool.
Adam Sandler film, and I thought it was all right. I'll give it a solid like 5 out of 10.
You're lucky my new gun isn't here.
What? So you could shoot me from your house?
Yeah, with my artillery Mauser, which are an actual thing that makes me like kind of concerned.
The amount of pellets you must have in your back garden from when we all came round and were just firing every single gun you had at like a can.
Well, you know that like tub of pellets. There's I think 1 million in that.
Oh god.
The most of my guns, well, the most I have in one gun is 120 because it's a like high cap. But then the pistols have like 12. One of them has like 6. Well, actually, the revolver has 6, and then the smallest one I have weirdly has more. It has 8.
Mm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you ever feel useless, just remember that cigarettes have filters on them.
Okay.
No, but I think
Even
they've got
worse is
some
the
sort
fact
of
that
purpose.
even worse is the fact that they used to be made of asbestos. So
Right.
you would just
God.
inhale just fibers of it.
Speaking of asbestos, I have 3 asbestos gas mask filters. One of which has a very big dent in it.
Yummy.
Didn't you like try and open one of them and it like made
Oh yeah, I had. It's the one with the big dent in. I like leant into it and twisted it slightly and went. Tss. I'm like, nope.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
I'm a
So-
genius, you know. I'll just punch the asbestos filter. It'll be fine.
So Finley, you did DofE, didn't you? Did you have any interesting stories from it?
My stories from DofE was day 2 I couldn't walk. And day 1 I ate like a block of jelly, like the stuff that you use to make like bowls of jelly. And it's like 1
Wait.
cube makes a bowl, and you get like a pack of 6. Yeah, I ate that.
Damn.
I somehow completed it, even though I was like anemic, so I had like literally no iron in my blood.
Oh no, that's fun. When you wake up and you just sort of black out a little bit.
I just
When you
just
stand up.
feel
Ooh.
tired just all the time. It was horrible.
You
So
live
I
a nice
somehow
life.
managed to complete DofE with anemia. I was in chat for that.
Loggers.
Did any of you ever do like scouts and stuff?
I was in the Air Cadets.
Because I did, and we had some interesting experiences when we went on camp.
My
only did-
Are you
experience.
gonna say it? Are you gonna
Okay.
expose this person?
I mean, someone did shit themselves, but like, because what I remember of it, I think this was like the end of Cubs, so we were what, like 10, 11? So it was still old to be shitting yourselves. But yeah, you shat himself in the toilet, and then I remember the leader came up to me and went, "Hi, you're this person's friend. Can you go into his tent and just get a pair of boxers out for him?" I was like,
You're this
"Great." So I
person's
had
friend.
to go. Yeah, I had to go get this.
Well,
person
not
some
anymore
boxers.
after this.
No, I haven't spoken to him in ages. There was the whole thing. We can get into in a different episode, but I don't really want to expose them. But yeah, I was able to go like give him his boxes, so just like walk to the toilet and just like, here you go, walk out. But yeah, going camping was weird because we used to have really shit tents. Like literally, it was you would roll out like this massive floor mat. I think Finley might know them. You know, just the big green tents where you had like 2 poles just going up, meeting at the middle, and and then you just drape this big green cloth over it.
Oh,
And
the
that's literally it.
like the cartoon drawing of a tent.
Yes, yeah, they were literally them. Like, if it was raining throughout the day, your beds would just, sleeping bags would just be soaking. Like, it was horrible. But like, you could never, when you were packing up, get the sleeping bag back into the sleeping bag. Like, they never fit in.
I'm just
But
reminded
then,
of my one experience of camping, where we went to Shell Island, and
you probably went glamping. You probably just
Like
stayed in the
that.
caravan.
no, we
Camping.
brought our own tents. We
Yes, it was
put all
literally
the
like
stuff up.
that.
Yeah,
And
it's a
that's
so for those listening, it was a clip art tent.
Just literally imagine like a pole going up one side, a pole going up the other side, and then a pole going along the top, and then you just put a cloth over the top of it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a
that's
clip art
basically
tent.
it. Yeah.
That's literally what I searched to find that. It's the third picture.
Yeah, and then we finally managed to get some good ones. Like, we had one, which because when we went to scouts, our scouts was just so shit. Literally, it was me, a kid called Rowan, and Will from the Complete Waffle podcast. Like, and on
Hey,
this
that's
one,
fair.
and on this one camping trip, it was literally just me and Rowan, who literally we just had this one tent for two of us, and you would open like the first bit of it, and it was just like grass, like the little grass area, and then you would have to open another door, and it was like the main bit. So we just sort of used that like grass bit as like our little walkway. We like put our shoes in there, and then we had the nice little dry bit inside. But where we went, there was like this big, massive like totem pole, and the amount of like little cubs and beavers that will get so scared of it, and they wouldn't go to the toilet at night because of how scared they were of it.
That reminds me
Wow.
of
And I remember
a
once, because it was next to a forest, and when we went, it was about the time that like Slenderman was popping off. Like, one of like the leaders decided to tell like the cubs about Slenderman, and like none of them wanted to go in the forest at all.
wow.
Like, the same thing happened in like year 5 with Bloody Mary. I remember like because we were going to Alton Castle. We were going on a school trip to there, and there's like because our version of Bloody Mary blended with the actual Mary from the Bible. So basically, like it was like the Friday, and we were going on the Monday that we were told this like about Bloody Mary by like one of the other students, and we all had to go after we heard it into the library to go put some books away. And there was someone in our class who just decided they were just going to turn the lights off and say Bloody Mary 3 times. And literally, all like the girls in like the library just started screaming, and and then like the teacher came in and like shouted at us. And then the story got mixed up because at Alton Tower, not Towers, Castle, there's
It's a
a
Catholic
big
retreat.
there. Well, I went to a Catholic prime school.
So
Yeah,
did I.
same.
There was a massive statue of Mary, and basically there was a red light underneath it. And what that would do was it by the way that it hit it, it made it look like her eyes were glowing red. So we were all told that like at night this statue like moves and all this stuff. And when we got there, like the amount of boys in our class was like really small. There was like really 8 of us, and all the boys got put in the basement / dungeon area. And
Does it dungeon?
yes,
It's at the bottom of the
basically,
stairs. There were
it was
like
a
2
really,
dorm rooms.
yeah, it was like a really dumb sort of layout. Like, you would go in and there was this massive dorm room that was used by a different school, and then there
And then
was
there's a
2
little
other
one
doors.
next to it.
Yes, there was a little one that had like 3 of the students in. Who were the naughty ones because the teacher slept in the room next to them. And then there was our room, which had imagine like it's 4 sides. There's a door. The side immediate like adjacent to it had a bunk bed. Then the next side had the bunk bed and a window, and then it was another bunk bed, and then it was another door. If you open that door, you get to the toilets. So for the other students from the other school to get to the toilets, they would have to come through our room. Like
God.
it was so annoying. And then basically, I was the only one who had this one bunk bed next to the window, and it just so happened that that window looked out directly to the statue. Like you could see it, and there was like no curtains, so I just got to stare at a statue at night. It was it was amazing. And then some kid in our class, right, the utter freak, he talks in his sleep, but he says like his cat's names. So he was just going like Bartholomew. One of his cats is called Bartholomew, but one of his cats is also called Jacob. So he just starts randomly saying Jacob at night. So I'm going like, right, what do you want? And he's just asleep, just saying my name. And I was like, what is going on? Because I didn't know he was saying his cat's name. I was like, what is happening?
What if he doesn't have a cat named Jacob?
That would be even creepier, but I'm pretty sure
What a
he
plot
did.
twist.
And then one of the
We're not
kids
M. Night
fainted.
Shyamalan
You
in
know,
this.
one of the kids was walking from his room to the toilet and fainted in our room.
Like drop kick him, you know.
And then we got told off for like not helping him. We're like, oh, he's just lying on our floor. What are we gonna do? But I remember once I had to go into our room just to get like my shoes, and I was like the only one in there. And like I've never tried to do something so quick in my life. I was like, I am getting out of here.
Fair enough.
It's like when I used to speed run, like trying to turn off the lights downstairs, just run to my bedroom.
Speed run waking up.
We went on another trip in year 6 to a different place, and I can't remember what it was called. And they took us on like this ghost tour in like one evening. But that wasn't like the funniest bit. The funniest bit was when I was walking with someone and they fell into a hole.
What?
There was like this massive like hole like in this like grassy area, and because it was like pitch black, they couldn't see. Obviously, we had like our little torches, but like they weren't focusing the right area, and they just fell into a hole.
Yeah, booby trapped.
Wow.
Oh, it was amazing!
Yeah. That reminds me of
So
like
much
another story. Basically, I think this was in like year 6, but we were going on some kind of trip, and we were going canoeing, and basically one of the
Year
kids,
6?
yeah, and yeah, basically one of the kids, they they lost their shoe, and it was like in a river, and it was just floating downstream. So I think like what happened was he tried to go after it, but like he got swept by the waves. So he just you could just see him going downstream, and like there's just no one
He's
helping
never
him.
seen again.
Literally.
It's gone forever.
What happened to that kid?
I think some
Never
teacher or
saw him
someone
again.
helped him out. But it was just so awkward. He's just there like trying to go after his shoe.
We're gonna get back on to the
What's on next?
pre-planned pop topics
Yeah.
On a tangent. I think
because
we've
really gone on
go on a tangent like that.
Yeah, well, we are the Ramble Road. We are rambling about random stuff. So
I suppose we could actually get on to some of the news of this week. I suppose we can talk about the most serious stuff, news, which is lockdown.
Oh yeah,
Making a comeback.
we got
Well, making a comeback in
There's
certain areas.
there's a new
we've got,
lockdown
like,
coming.
yeah.
Only
Lockdown
if you're
2, Electric Boogaloo.
medium.
Oh, I've just been living
high,
life like
and
there's
like
a
very high.
Yeah,
Well, because every day in your life is a lockdown. You just stay in your house.
practically nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Well, you did come out and see us a bit in the middle.
Yeah.
Middle
But yeah,
times.
They've, sort of tightening up measures in certain areas.
but don't worry because like you can always have a party the night before because that doesn't affect anything, you morons.
Also, schools are still open.
Yeah, schools are and unis are
And
open.
that's just so
gyms
stupid.
are
They
open.
obviously like schools are still open, and then when they were doing whatever the conference, and the medical guy was going over it, he was like, "Oh yeah, as you can see, the highest number of cases are between 10 to 18 or whatever it was." I was like, "Well, no shit, because you've sent them all back to school."
Yeah.
But
Well,
it
there
was so awkward because obviously he didn't have control over the PowerPoint slide, so he was going like, "Oh, can we have the next slide, please?" And he would just like skip like 2 slides, and you go, "Can we go back one?"
Uh,
I mean,
So
it's,
basically, what like teachers do in like assemblies,
yeah.
like the government officials were like pulling off that
Like
same
surely
vibe.
you would have thought like he would have his own little clicker.
Yeah,
I've
you'd
linked an
think.
article in the chat that said that they were supposed to introduce lockdown 3 weeks ago, but like Boris just ignored it.
Mm. And then obviously
How
there's
reliable is
the
this
whole,
article?
It's in the chat.
Yes, but how reliable is it? Do we know?
It's
How
Business
our sources-
Insider.
Look, I don't think
Okay.
people are coming here for like reliability.
Yeah, if you want reliability, sorry, but like our schedule used to be we record on like a Saturday, upload a Sunday, and what today's like Wednesday.
Today is
Yeah.
a Wednesday. I don't know if we are going to have a schedule. This might go up tonight, it may go up next week, it may never go out. Who knows?
Who knows?
Depends how shit it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's
all
been
our
quite a good
episodes
episode.
pretty meh.
All right,
All
so
our episodes are great. We're a great podcast. You should definitely listen.
Yeah, 5-star review. Come on, let's go.
5-star reviews on Apple, please.
Yay.
And then
Can we get-
follow
get
the
any
Twitter,
5-star
Road_Ramble.
reviews? Please.
Can you tell a story about that one person that gave us a 1 star, just as a meme?
Yeah, someone gave us a 1-star review, someone that we know, and just put Paul's name as the reason. So now it's
Wow.
like taking our overall score down to 3 stars. So if you could go give us a 5-star review on Apple, that would
That'd
be
be great.
a great help. Follow the Twitter, go watch the YouTube. We'll have some fun highlights coming out. The whole episode's on there.
can we move on
Yeah.
to the topic that is just red pandas?
Yes. Okay. What are your favorite animals, fellas? For me, it's
Uh,
gotta be red pandas.
Red
They
pandas
are literally
amazing.
Pokemon. They are
They are
literally
very
Pokemon.
cool. Isn't Master Shifu meant to be a red panda?
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
He doesn't
that's-
look like one, but he is meant to be one.
He
Yeah.
does.
Well, it looks a little bit like one.
Not in he looks yeah, sort of,
It-
but red pandas are amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, one was voted Brummy of the Year.
Yeah, he is a red panda. He's got like the red and white tail and like the
Yeah.
red bits. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
I quite like the Jesus lizard. Jesus lizard's funny. He just runs on water whenever he gets scared, whenever he needs to go across water.
I mean,
I-
red pandas just like they just stand up to make themselves look bigger, but like it's just
doesn't
not
really work.
intimidating
It's just
whatsoever.
adorable.
So like what
Exactly.
raccoons do, they just stand up and look really concerned.
I one of my I really like snow leopards, but like if you're talking about like what animals like we sort of are, I would say I'm definitely like a squirrel. I love squirrels.
You're like a squirrel whisperer. That's what you are.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
fed the
when we went
squirrel.
to London, so the squirrels in London are like a different breed.
No, they're the same type. It's just they're like brought up. They're
Yeah,
built
yeah,
different,
they're built different. Like they
because
just come
people
up to you
actually
and,
like feed them.
yeah,
Guys,
I got one
I
on
just-
my leg. It was sick.
Guys, if you think about it, foxes are like dogs, but like they've got like dog hardware and cat software.
Oh, foxes are great.
I mean, they've been trying to domesticate foxes, so you could like
Oh.
get a pet fox.
There's like a
I mean-
couple. They make like really weird noises and sound like they're always hyper.
What's everyone's opinion on the movie Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Decent film.
Great
Because I think it's
film.
class.
Really weird animation
Been
style.
ages.
Really cool.
Since I watched it.
No, there's got that amazing scene where they try to explain like the sport that they're playing, the sort of like cricket type game.
Yeah.
It's just the most chaotic, unexplainable thing ever.
The kid just turns around with the
Uh-huh.
and then just goes like win.
It is
Yeah.
a really good film.
Yeah. Favorite animal, shoebill. It's a bird, but it sounds like a jackhammer. They're
What
also
about-
Its leg sort
massive.
of
He
looks
likes
like
the
its leg is so weird. It looks like a bamboo.
It's Basically, they got big ass beaks because they like live in like marshy swamps and they have to like get stuff through plants. And
It's
then
got
they
like a
got
big
really
hook
long
at the
legs.
end. Of the beak.
Yeah,
Mm,
because it like eats fish.
I thought
What's
you
everyone's
liked the
sound like
favourite
axolotl,
cactus.
fish?
Emily.
Hmm?
I thought your favourite one was the axolotl.
No, that's like number 2 because it's like
No.
yeah, you
What's
can like
everyone's
boot them
favourite
and stuff.
fish? Is like, are you like a haddock or a cod eater?
I don't like cod. Haddock's
What is
better.
it? What's the difference? I've never really noticed the difference between haddock and cod. Like, I can just be either or.
Just
I
different
think
species.
haddock
of fish.
tastes better. Cod
I quite
like I think haddock's got a stronger taste.
Salmon's nice. Salmon's a really
salmon
good
is
one.
nice. I
Mackerel
like
is
sole
very
as well.
strong.
Lemon sole is nice.
Does anyone here eat like mussels and that? Because I don't. I
No.
don't
Never
really
had
appeal.
It's
Are
weird.
people shrimp and prawn eaters?
Yeah.
I like a bit of shrimp sometimes.
Big
Yeah.
shrimp.
Which is the
prawn.
one where you have to like rip the insides out?
Prawn.
No, it's like langoustines. You have to like take the heads off.
Yeah, well, shrimps you have to take the heads off, and you also have to devein them because they've got this basically this
Yeah, that's what
this
that-
thing that's like vein sized down their back, which is actually their shit chute.
Yeah, you got to
That's
take the shoot out.
Guys, imagine being a lobster and just getting like boiled alive.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
It's just
Lobsters
terrifying.
Kill
are
you, they
functionally immortal.
Aren't they some of them are hundreds of years old, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
they're-
is crazy how they do the same thing with snails, but at least some places they freeze the snails first to make them go to sleep and then they cook them alive. But yeah, it is messed up.
Yeah.
Like they literally boil them alive.
Okay, on a lighter note, what do you guys think of the new iPhone?
I don't
It's
care.
It's very square, and it just looks like
Yeah.
they've taken the 11 and the 5, and they've had like a weird baby.
Yeah.
They've gotten rid of you can't get like the little charging adapter anymore or the earphones that come packaged in. They've gotten rid of that because they're like, oh,
So-
we care about the environment or whatever. But it's just the cable that they do include isn't like the one that you use to charge. So it's like it's so broken.
So they give you a charging cable, but they don't give you a plug socket to.
Yeah, they don't give you a
plug to
power
plug it
brick.
in.
That's fucking retarded. Fuck
Yep.
Apple.
I mean, I guess they're hoping that you would probably go get one off the store or whatever, like the Apple store.
No, I'm just
Probably.
not
Yeah.
gonna get the phone.
No, but to be
Yeah.
fair, I think most people already have like the charging brick, so it kind of like the amount of charging bricks I've got just from having loads of different phones over the years. Like I feel like most people
Yeah,
have
but they have
charging
different wattages. Like, so if you have like a high wattage charger, your phone charges faster. But like, if you've got like a really terrible one, then it's like charges really slowly. And
And
I can
also,
also see
if
the
you have
appeal
the
of
wa-
trying
if
to
you
get
have
people
a-
to move to like wireless charging pads and stuff.
Yeah, but also the if you plug like an iPhone into an Apple, not an Apple, an iPad charger or an iMac charger, like power brick extender, you know the bit that I'm on about, right?
that's a really bad idea. I would
Yeah,
not
it
do that.
like it fucks with the battery, it fucks it up, and yeah, people do it all the time because it charges fast.
Remember
But
the old
in reality,
iPhone
all it's
charger,
doing
like
is
the
just-
really long one at the bit that you plug in.
Yeah,
It was,
like the
when it
old.
was really wide.
Yeah, the
Oh,
wide.
the one. Yeah.
Now we've got like
I-
lightning cables.
I'm more interested in the
swear-
upcoming
That's-
the new Macs. They're going to be ARM based, so basically none of your software is going to work.
Oh,
Mood.
thanks, Apple.
I mean, I
Shouldn't-
think the advantage of like ARM based stuff is like it's what your phones are made of. They're ARM based, and like Apple used to rely on Intel processors, but like they're like, oh no, these new MacBooks are absolutely terrible because they just overheat all the time. So we'll just make our own processors then.
Hmm.
I
Next up.
Oh, no, I
on
was
the
supposed to
list.
be
No, we're not
talk
talking
about
about
phones.
Apple.
What
Oh.
phones did everyone have over the years? Because I remember mine. I used to have a flip phone Samsung. Then I got like a HTC. Then I had an iPhone 3S, which was amazing. I miss the old. It was running like iOS 6. Like
Oh God.
those were
One of
the
mine got
days.
run over by a car.
And then obviously I had a 5. Then I had a terrible Samsung. Then I got an 8, and now I'm on an 11.
I have
Probably won't
6
get a
phones
12.
on me right now.
Next time I get a new phone,
Damn.
it'll be like in a couple years, hopefully. I
Yeah.
get like
I
a
have-
get like the.
It's gone
14
to the
something.
point where like pretty much all phones are just fine. Like there's no
I
need
think
to
all
spend like
phones are
one
at a
grand.
good level. I think it's going to be a while before people actually start wanting foldable phones, because like as much as I like the Samsung Fold 2 is a nice phone. Like I rate it, like the fact that they managed to make the front screen bigger, because the initial one, that front screen was like a joke. Like half of it was like it was so small, but like the new one is good, and it's like the crease down the middle is just like
I mean, it's not
Yeah.
glass, so what do you
awful.
expect?
And yeah, the screen's plastic, so it just scratches so easily. Like it's going to be a while before I think it should be worth that price.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
phones
think
are really expensive for what they are anyway.
I think the price is justified for the Fold too, because like it's kind of like an early adopter sort of thing. Like if you really want the cutting edge, then yeah, you're more likely to spend like $2 grand on a phone. But I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't really see the market for it right now.
We all going to go through our phones, or are we just going to let Jacob have done that and just
no, I suppose
ignore?
you guys can go through your phones. We'll rate
Uh,
Do you guys
if you like the
want
phones or not.
Do you guys want me to tell you about the story of how my phone got run over by a car?
We'll do
Yes.
that after everyone's phones.
All right.
I
So,
have a
Joe, if
Sony
you wanna go-
Ericsson. I have 2 Samsungs that are identical. Then I have another Samsung that I'm not quite sure what it is. Then I have a what's this one? I think this is like a slightly different, bigger, newer Samsung. And then the one at the minute is an A21s, which the weirdest thing about
which was
it.
the one with the HDMI?
Oh, that's the
port?
Sony Ericsson. Yeah, it's got a HDMI port and the like mic, another like audio jacks on the side, I think. But then I've got this like A21s, which has the selfie camera like inside the screen.
Oh, so it's got the hole punch.
It's weird. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Except I do like it. It's a good phone. It actually has a battery, which is like great. Oh, I
So
also
I
had an iPhone at one point, and it was terrible.
Shall I go next then?
Yeah.
My first phone was it was a Nokia flip phone. I'm not entirely sure what it was. And then I had an LG phone. These were all phones that my parents used to have. That was the way that it was up until I got my iPhone 6S. But so it was my dad's old flip phone, then my mum's old LG touchscreen. Then I did have one phone that was mine. It was a really shit Sony Ericsson that we bought as a package deal from Tesco, and it didn't even have its own. It didn't have access to the App Store, so you couldn't get any apps on it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was terrible. And then I had my parents' iPhone 4. I can't remember which one I had, which parents I had, but I just had like their iPhone 4, then their iPhone 5, and then they upgraded to the 6S, and I still had the iPhone 5, and then about a year later or so, my phone was just dying, like constantly dying. It would like the battery percentage wouldn't go down at all, and then suddenly the screen would just like make a load of colors and then die.
Oh, that is
And
a bit of a problem.
Yeah, so in the end, they decided, yeah, we'll get him the 6S, so then we all had the 6S, and then the last time we upgraded was to the XRs. So my parents both have black XRs, and I've got the red one, the
red is
Project
nice.
Red. Yeah, the red one is nice.
My phone is just grey.
So basically, I mean, I don't know. I think all the phones that I've owned are just Androids because I don't really see the point in owning an
You've
iPhone,
got
you know.
Xiaomi.
A Shamalama Ding Dong.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, at this
The
point,
only thing it was useful for was turning on the aircon in the 6
Yeah.
Oh, that
couldn't
was
find
so
a
funny.
remote.
I could just turn off like the teacher's projector with my phone. I think I did it maybe once.
No, we turned on a TV in one of the rooms. I remember that.
Yeah. I think at this point in 2020, you know, your phone doesn't really matter. I think all of them are pretty good. And so
All of them do what you need them to do.
yeah,
at a good
I mean,
level.
Yeah.
well, for me at least back in the day. Okay, can I tell you the story of how my phone got run over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Basically, I had this douchebag friend that's like in context, right? We're in like year 7, so I had just gotten a phone, right? So this douchebag friend of mine is like, "Yeah, can you give me my phone? I mean, your phone, so that I can, you know, have it so that I look cool or whatever." I'm like, "Why?" And then he would just practically bully me into just giving it to him. So yeah, so basically he would just carry it around, you know, like a total douchebag. And essentially, one time we would just like walk in, and then he's like, I can't find the phone. I'm like, are you messing with me? And he's just like, no, I'm not messing with you. And then I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna actually be murdered by my parents. And so basically, I went to the police station and I filed like a report saying, "Hey, my phone is missing. Can you please help me find it or whatever?" And I was just
Oh,
like,
God.
it's just I don't know why I did that. I was just so dumb. It was just so pointless. And then somehow someone ended up finding the phone, but like it was just completely destroyed because like I think the I think we I think the guy like dropped it in like whilst we were like crossing a road or something, so it just got run over by like multiple cars. But it was like weirdly it was still functioning somehow. Like the screen was completely destroyed, but you would turn on and stuff. So yeah, there's that. That's just my anecdote, I guess, when it comes to
When it comes to
phones.
phones.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, that's going to make a great clip. To talk about phones.
I mean, my parents are pissed. I
Well,
didn't get a new phone
imagine-
until like I was like 15 or something,
Oh, God.
and they don't know to this day the actual story.
Well, it's just going out live.
Well,
on
wait, what
DMC
did you tell
now,
them?
I don't know. I just told them that I lost it, even though it wasn't my
enough.
fault. I was practically being bullied into giving my phone to some other person. I was just like,
So they would look cool.
yes, this is actually so
You're
dumb.
going to have to tell
Don't know
us
why.
pods over who it is.
Oh my god. I'm actually so mad.
And to carry on this mad trend, EA bad, yes? Can we all
Yeah,
agree
they
on that?
they reused like I think assets for like the game, like the new FIFA game. I think it was FIFA 20 where they reused the FIFA 19 assets, so you could just like go to a section and look up and see FIFA 19, even though it's FIFA 2020. Like
That's the whole thing with
it's
all
just
these games that come out
2021
like
though.
the same.
I know, but this
every
was like a
year.
while ago.
21.
But I don't get
They're-
who the market is for these games because it doesn't make any sense. Why do people keep on giving them money? It's just so bad for the consumer.
It's the same game
It's
every
always
year
just
with
same
minor.
game every year.
With
You know, the
minor
only thing,
improvements.
as far as I know, is they changed the roster, but like you could do that in like a literal update. Like it's not
Yeah.
that hard.
Yes,
No,
well,
you
people
have
do that
games-
anyway.
money out of
Do it
people.
anyway.
You have games
throughout the
these
year.
days that add like huge amounts of content just through like a patch or like an update or whatever. And meanwhile,
Yes.
you got like these guys who just like shell out money to EA or whatever. They're just like,
Yeah.
yeah, please take my
Like-
money.
Yeah,
And the
they
dumber
might-
part
like, 'cause
is-
EA could look at it and go, yeah, we could just release it as an update, or we can make loads of money from just making them buy the same game.
I mean,
Especially with fucking Ultimate Team as well. Ultimate Team
Yeah,
is such a fucking scam because you get it
Oh,
for a
good.
year, and then the moment you move over to your next system, you have to rebuy everything.
if I were
Well,
EA,
yeah, and you also spend like loads of money on getting FIFA points straight away, so you can get good players, or else you just sort
If-
of
Yeah.
if I were
Oh,
EA,
never do well.
what I
Got a
would
story
do
about
is
FIFA points.
if I were EA, what I would do is, you know, I know the fan base isn't exactly, smart. So what I would do is, because everything's now got like subscription service, right? So just make FIFA like a subscription paid service sort of thing, where you, I don't know, spend £5 a month, let's say, to get the updated rosters. You would still get the same amount of money, right? Technically.
But you wouldn't need to keep shelling out for a new disc each time or a new.
Essentially, yeah. It would be so much better for the consumer. But they won't do that because people aren't exactly
Because EA.
aware.
Oh, speaking of EA and FIFA points, I can't remember how old I was, but I'd got this this one friend round he's a big FIFA fan, and I kind of played it a little bit back then. I think this was like I had FIFA 12 or FIFA 13, I think, and he was really into Ultimate Team, and I'd got some Xbox Live points back when they had Xbox Live points instead of just cash on there. And he went and he spent all of my Xbox Live points on opening FIFA packs and making me a FIFA Ultimate Team. Like 40 quid's worth of Xbox Live points just down the drain on something that I did not give a fuck about.
I mean, like that brings me to my like next point, like Xbox Live and like what is it, PlayStation Plus? Like there's no point. Like I think now it's like a much better deal because you get free games or whatever each month. But like I think like a couple years ago, it was just so that you could play online. Like it's just it doesn't cost them anything to do that service.
Like,
it's just free money.
PlayStation, if the game's free, you don't have to pay to play it online. It's only with paid games.
The worst part is like for PlayStation at least, their service, like I think PlayStation 3, for example, you could play online. You didn't need to pay for any
PlayStation
kind of
Plus.
additional.
Pulvin, PlayStation Plus had existed for the entire time, but it was like and here is a way to get some free games every month. Well, not free games. Here is a way to get some games every month by paying us a certain amount of money, and it was just an add-on, something that you could do. But then when they transferred to the PlayStation 4, you needed PlayStation Plus to carry on as an online service if you wanted to play any paid games.
And that's why I switched to PC.
Like what EA have made over the past 2 years. I think they haven't made the best games, like Apex Legends that died, Anthem that died.
It's still got a solid player base.
I'm trying to remember which one's Apex is. Oh, it's
Apex
the club game, isn't it?
They're gonna
no, Apex.
Fortnite,
It's
and then they just never did.
It was Titanfall. Finally, it was Titanfall, but Fortnite / PUBG.
All I know about it is there's
Apex
two
Legends.
robots that the internet want to be gay.
What do you guys think of the
Apex Legends is completely different. The only good game they've made so far, like in the past 2 years, has been Star Wars Fallen Order. That was good.
Star Wars Squadron's pretty good. I've got that. It's pretty decent.
What do you guys think of the new Xbox and PlayStation consoles?
The
Xbox
is a mini
ridiculous.
fridge, and the PlayStation.
Are you seriously reusing these old ass jokes? These...
It does look like a mini fridge. It's literally a rectangle.
I'm not denying that
it's
does.
Massive.
Both are pretty big, and I think, personally speaking, I think what Microsoft's doing is more interesting because they acquired Bethesda, which means Doom Guy and Master Chief, they could appear in a game together. How cool is that?
God.
It makes me sad that Doom was made by Bethesda because Bethesda fucking suck.
I mean, no, I think how it works is Bethesda's part of like a
ZeniMax.
bunch of, yeah,
ZeniMax got bought out. But
I think Microsoft's approach is, the consoles don't matter. Let's make it so that we have our own sort of Netflix for games. I guess that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make.
I was listening to another podcast when they were talking about it, and yes, they do own it, but it might not just be Xbox exclusive because they could actually give PlayStation like the rights to sort of use it and after a couple,
it's like Minecraft
year or so after it's been released and stuff. Yeah.
Like they own Mojang, so they've got like Microsoft on PlayStation. I mean, they've got Minecraft on PlayStation, so it's really weird how it works.
Yeah.
the new consoles are essentially PCs. Not even joking. The hardware is the exact same as a PC.
It used to be that at least they'd have some level of proprietary stuff, but it is now just...
It's just practically a PC.
It's
Yeah, but I suppose
like
it's just a
the
different way of.
games.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
whole
and
point...
it's just a
Exclusives.
different. It's just a different experience, though. I think
Yeah.
playing with a
But the
controller
whole
as
point
playing
of...
keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. But the whole point of a console originally was that it was... You put a disc in, and the game was on the disc. And because the game was on the disc, you could just play it immediately. And then they started adding in game updates, and the game updates would be quite small. And then by the time of the PlayStation 4, about a few years into its lifespan, you were having day one patches that were twice the size of the game, and you'd have to install the game anyway when you first got it, which just kind of negated the point of a console.
I think
Like,
we're sort of moving away from discs now, aren't we? Because they're selling like
It's all digital
Yeah.
now.
discless versions of the
Oh, by the way,
console.
sorry for the background noise.
That's right.
you could
I think
always
it's even
get like
cheaper. I think it's cheaper to get
76.
the digital versions of the consoles.
Yeah, because you don't have a
Like
disc
we're moving
port.
away. We're moving away from discs now. I think.
I think
It's like when
to
Apple moved away from the fucking 3.5mm headphone jack.
It's like
That
when
was so
phones
dumb.
just went from being big to going to small, and now they're going to big again. We went from not using discs to using discs, to now not using discs.
The reason why is they are essentially PCs. Like, I looked up the specs, and to make a similar sort of PC with the same specs, it would cost a lot more. What I'm assuming is both Sony and Microsoft are selling these consoles at like a huge loss, hoping that it would become cheaper to produce later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they have figured out a way to produce them cheaply.
There's no
making
way.
better profit. But I reckon when they
dodgies, like
I don't know. I was gonna say about making
workhouses.
money off games, but
Sweatshops.
maybe that,
Yeah.
maybe that is how they're gonna be able to make it back, like with Xbox Live and stuff. If everyone's buying these new consoles, there's gonna be more people buying Xbox Live subscriptions,
Yeah.
and they can get their money back that way.
All I know is the best
They just
time to
stick
be a
like really
PC
old
gamer.
games on there as well.
I mean,
Yeah, because we've got
you
PlayStation exclusives coming across to the PC a year or so behind the PlayStation, guessing, yes.
But we don't have Halo 3 or a good copy of
it's
Halo 3.
coming. It's coming.
I thought it had come.
Yeah, I don't know. It might have already released, but it's besides
Yeah,
the
it's
point.
already out. It's on.
I mean,
it's on the
back in the
Master Chief
day,
Collection.
No, I don't want the wish.
back in the day, if you wanted to play a Halo game, you would need an Xbox, but that's not the case anymore. Like, you could just
get
play
Halo
the
2
new
on
one on
PC.
PC.
You could get
Yeah,
Halo
but the
2 on
Halo 2 port is apparently absolutely fucking terrible.
Yeah.
They've got the new remastered one. They released
Yeah.
that recently.
Master Chief Collection or just
No, the Master
game.
Chief Collection got the just abused when it came out because it was
Yeah.
terrible. And
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still like. Let me check the
It's
review.
gotten better.
is it just
Well-
people getting mad over the online stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought when it came out they called it like the Broken Collection because it just.
Oh yeah, loads of stuff in it was broken. To be fair, I'm pretty sure.
But now it
Mine was
says like
fine.
very positive.
Yeah.
So
Like whenever
That's
they
the problem
release
with
a
a lot
new.
of games. If the new games come out and they're not very good, they just die straight away. Like
Yeah, I mean when they released the ODST remaster for the Master Chief Collection, it was quite buggy, especially if you do any of them in multiplayer. They're quite buggy, I think.
but isn't ODST like the one no one cares about though?
I haven't really
ODST
played
is
it.
pretty good. I'm pretty sure.
I think.
But
What
yeah.
would you fellas say is the best Halo game? For me, it's got to be
Two.
Reach.
Two
Two.
or Reach.
Yeah,
I think-
Halo 2 is pretty good, but I spent a
Two
lot.
has like the
Five.
best story. Reach has like the
Halo
best
5
like
was
engine.
So shit.
Yes,
Halo
yes,
5
it
was
was.
like you play like 70% of it as someone else. You
Yeah, you
play
play
like
as
30% of the Master
Spartan
Chief.
Locke because
they-
And
like,
Master
they
Chief's, like,
wanted
framed as,
to
like,
get
the
rid
bad
of
guy.
Chief.
So, why would you want to get rid of Chief?
Chief is the best. He's
The way
literally
that
one of
you
the most
create a good
iconic.
character is like Chief and Doom Guy is nobody knows who it is. With like Spartan Locke, you just see who he is like throughout most of the game.
No, you know Doom Guy. He has a face, and his character is
does.
just.
Anger
Pretty much.
personified.
Rip
Yeah.
and tear.
Doom is like such a fun game to play because of how
Well,
chaotic
no.
it gets at some stages.
You just get into the mindset of Doom Guy. You just
Yeah, Finley.
scream and like
His-
press the
His
F
entire
button.
character arc is the demons murdered his rabbit.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need to know about him. That's his backstory. Demons murdered his rabbit. He is angry. So he goes on a crusade and wipes
Like
out
Leonard
hell.
from Mouse and Men.
Yeah, literally. He's a big buff guy who likes rabbits.
Look, like, of Mice and Men is just. Why did we learn that? And we never even have to do it on the actual exam.
He just gets 360 no scoped.
Do I get to look after the rabbits?
Pulls out the big iron.
No.
Big iron on his hip.
God, that reminds me. I need to play Fallout New Vegas.
Damn, we've done quite a bit of time on this one, I think.
We have.
Yeah.
Do we have time to talk about some other stuff? The Boys, just
hungry.
go watch it. It is good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Like
I would
episode
say
8
that-
was really good.
Would you say it's better than first season?
Oh, I would, yeah.
I would say it's about the same.
I would say there's no, I think I enjoyed this season a bit more.
Damn it, I couldn't use my segue. Oh, I'm so mad.
Oh, what
I had a
was your
perfect
segue?
segue. You know, speaking of burnt things, I could have gone to the noodle story. And now I can't do
Oh.
that because no,
Talk about a new
like,
story
we-
first, and no one, I'm Finley
because
and Joe still
we haven't all
it.
watched the new season. So
I mean,
like,
I know what you're like on about.
I know what you're on about, yeah.
About
There's
when
like two things.
Stormfront
That
gets Anakin'd.
yeah, and also Lamplighter, like you know how to do
Okay.
it to him to himself.
Oh, God.
I
But
love
that
Huey.
reveal
He's
at the
just like,
end, if you want, like, watch it just for the reveal at the end. They hid that so well.
I like how Huey's like running theme is that he always ends up with someone's severed hand.
Mood.
Yeah.
Gotta go let the dog out. There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, we should probably try and wrap this up, shouldn't we?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's been a while. I need eats.
right. The plugs.
Yeah.
Go leave the
What plugs,
review.
Jacob? What plugs are you ordering?
We've already done this. We did it at the start and the middle.
Butt plugs.
Yeah, well, we're doing it again. That's just what you
No,
ordered for,
Jacob
yeah.
wants a Bad Dragon, like $70 dragon dildo.
Right, the fact that you know what that even is, Finley, just shows how.
Of course he knows
you
what
are.
that is. He looks
Of
that sort of
course I
stuff
know.
up.
It's just what Finley is like. It's like 90% of his search history.
Oh, God.
No, because I never have a search history because it gets cleared all the time.
Right, so
Oh,
go
God.
leave us a good review. Go Twitter, road_ramble.
Ramble.
YouTube, Ramble Road
YouTube, Ramble
Podcast.
Podcast. Full episode highlights will be up soon.
Go subscribe to my personal channel.
I'm gonna have a terrible time editing this.
Yeah.
It'll be
take me
fine.
ages.
It'll
It'll take
be
me years.
fine.
No, yours isn't too bad. I've got to edit the actual audio.
Yeah, but
And
I
then-
have to render the whole thing. It takes ages, and then I have to upload it to YouTube with my like dial-up internet.
Well, you could always try and send it to me, and then I could upload it because I've got decent internet here.
That's just unnecessary because I have to
That's
then
like-
send it to you like
Oh, yeah, good point.
That's
Eight
Yeah,
gigabyte
that,
file.
why did
Time.
I? That was dumb.
an 8 gigabyte file to you.
Corbin,
and
would you
that's
like
just
a copy of
unnecessary.
Windows 10 for Dummies?
No,
I have an actual copy of Windows 10 for Dummies.
Why?
Oh, God.
'Cause
they have a sex for dummies.
Right, you just got that
Why?
from the new PewDiePie video.
Yeah.
I know you. You've been exposed there. That was quite funny. It was one of the 90 Day Fiancés, and this like 55-year-old woman brought her like 30-year-old husband a Sex for Dummies book.
Live.
Wow.
Right.
Right,
Thank
then
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could probably do with ending this. So
yeah.
Have fun.
yeah, have fun,
Watch all the
everyone.
other
Goodbye.
Yeah, thanks for listening to this garbage.
Yeah.
Make sure
Thank
to
you.
tune in next week.
Yeah. Same podcast time, same podcast place.
Except that it won't be.
Yeah, it'll
Except
be
it
at a
won't be on the
different
same time.
time. It'll probably on a different day. The place will probably be the same for me because
Probably.
like I can't go back to uni like yet because it's like terrible.
I'll
So,
probably
yeah.
still be
Finley, we have to
recording
wrap it up. No more talking.
Okay,
Okay,
let's
just
go.
end it here.
Yeah,
Gee,
Right.
cut. There you go.
Okay, goodbye.
goodbye.
Everyone, goodbye.
Bye, Craig.
Bye,
Bye,
Craig.
Craig.